boys, happy Monday and a clean ass work truck. Let's go. Happy Monday, boys. What can I say? Getting caught up on everything from last week, and today's kind of up in the air exactly what we're getting into, so we'll see. Alright, we got a D6K with a fault code. Open up ET, and what do we got there? Crank without injection input. Injection disable here. Well, you can see that side of the dongle is open. That side of the dongle is open. Well, the code was active because, well, both these wires are open, and it would go in and out because they would actually make contact and have continuity. So we'll go ahead and repair this and put this unit back in service. Boom, just like that. All new setup. Let's go ahead and install it. And off to work it goes. Alright guys, Dobstat update. Transfer pump was replaced and now it's functional. Just I didn't replace the pump. One of our other techs did. So good on them. Thanks, Stevie. Alright, so we're back on the old 250G and we got fault codes. Alright, so we got the emissions fault as well as the 109-18, which is a coolant pressure issue, which we just replaced the coolant pressure sensor on this one. So let's go take a look. Alright boys, so right there, we're at standby system voltage. We have our 5 volts on pin 1, ground, and then you have 1.3 volts sitting there. System's unpressurized, so let's go ahead and pressurize the system. Alright, minimal pressure to the system, and you can see right there, the sensor is working because it detects pressure, but it's bleeding down quickly. And found it. Whoopsies. Here we go, Tuesday, boys. Alright guys, it's Tuesday. We've got a bag full of parts from old Metro Bobcat, and I guess we're going back out to the MT85 and finish up the cylinder head job on that one. So let's get to it. Well boys, the old shower curtain trick does always work. It does keep moisture and what have you out of the engine bay. So we got some cleanup to do obviously this morning, and a whole bag of parts, so let's get to it. Now, before anybody asks, we did take the head off and did have it machined to make sure it was good to go. They took a little bit off the bottom here and also relapped a couple of the valves. Alright, so the upper kit gasket set that they give you, there's your part number right there from the old boys of Bobcat. Obviously, you're going to get your cylinder head gasket, boom, right there. Valve cover gasket, intake and exhaust gaskets, thermostat housing gaskets, and they do send you a little bit more with it, your injector cups and your copper crush washers and what have you. So let's get to it. So you hear a lot of guys online talk about, you want this whole surface to be shiny and what have you. No, you don't. No, you don't. You want this just to be flat. Flat and clean, that's all. So what I'd use, very simple, very old school, just a blade here. You're not going to gouge the metal, you're not going to pull any material. You're just trying to get the old gasket material off. And that's exactly what we got going on here, boys. So the head bolts themselves, I'm going to put engine oil on the threads. That's pretty much the ins and outs of it. Torque specs 27.5 to 31 foot-pounds. I'm going to take a minute and say, Kubota, really, for the valve lash, you want 0.165 millimeters. Closest thing I got to it was like a 0.176 or a 0.152. I'd rather the valves be a little bit loose than a little bit tight, because they're going to tighten up, obviously, with heat expansion. So, this is where we're at for the most part. We're fully assembled, less the valve cover. We got the lines loose. Fuel system is temporarily installed here. We have to put the fan on and what have you, but we have to run the engine for a half hour and then do a hot retorque. Well, we got it running, and we got our timer going. So let's see. Running a lot better now. Don't have to flush the cooling system right now. We just got water in it. And obviously change the oil. Now I've got a return leak from the return line that I just replaced. There's copper washers on each individual injector on the return side, and I believe that's what's causing my problem. So more parts. Yay!
I'm so proud of myself. I got 8 hours of sleep. It took me 3 days, but I got 8 hours.
Hello there. Welcome to Wednesday. Let's get it going. Alright boys, we're back out in the field, and yeah, so Bobcat parts, we're waiting probably about 2 or 3 more days, so Friday or Monday we may see those parts. So let's get to it. Alright boys, starting the morning off, we've got ourselves a 672 GP. We're doing a service on. Let's get to it. Let me tell you boys, they spared no expense. Look at this. Wow. And even the oil's getting paid by the hour. Come on, you can drain quicker than that, I know that. Remember boys, you don't need flexible funnel if you've got a really shitty old drain pan. The more you know. Boys, that is a boatload of filters. Holy shit. Alright, after changing all 55 fucking filters on this machine, now we can finally put oil in it. Ew. You're dirty. Yeah, Deere's logic is perfectly fine. It's just to dismantle the machine, just to change fuel tank breather. Like, really? Alright, 336 next gen and a mind of its own. Off the joystick, and the spool stays shifted. Boys, if you don't think the next gen excavator joysticks, yeah, are sensitive, watch this. Alright, so we're a positive 3%, so we're pulling back, right? See it slowly drifting. But if you go back over here, we're at negative 5.82%. Get it back to as close to zero as possible, and it no longer drifts. Wow. Alright, so I haven't even put up a TikTok video yet in reference to the old Ancel here, and we got it hooked up to this Cummins engine right now in this Hydrema. So right now we're hooked up and it's running through, and you can do your basic Cummins diagnostics here. As you guys can see there, we've got fault codes, and you can go through and you can read everything right through here. Same thing with parameters, all the way to your DPF and your SCR.
Thank you for calling John Deere. For parts, press 1. For service, press 2. If you've already tried a key cycle and battery disconnect, press 3.
Alright boys, happy Thursday. Still a little under the weather. Got a lot of stuff to get caught back up on this morning. Got to stop by Carter to pick up parts for the 336. So let's get started, boys. Down the haul road we go. Alright, so we got a new base, and we also got a new horn button for it, so let's get to it. Alright, so possibly one of the easiest removal joysticks you'll probably have. I mean, granted that everything on the next gen platform is very chintzy, very plasticky, but you've got yourself a 6-pin connector right there, and then obviously the 2 connectors right here, 3 5mm Allen bolts. Just get everything out the way, and then you can pull it right up. Alright, so here's a comparison. This is the old one, and this is the new one. Old one, new one. Tight. Like that, boys. New horn button. Everything's put up here real nicey nice. 22 and 18. They'll go ahead and crack that nut loose. Pull the joystick off. And if you guys need the part number for the horn button, there it goes, 635-8205. So let's get it installed in the machine. Boom, there it is, boys. All installed. Let's give it a shot and see if we still have any issues. And we're going to go ahead and bring it in. Don't mind the play, but it's not drifting out anymore. That's a fix. Ford's not happy. Apparently only 1,800 PSI rail pressure, not enough for a 6.7. The more you know. Alright, so it's commanding 69 MPA, and we are at 1213, and yeah, not looking good, my boys. Maybe 6.7 have disco party. Perfectly fine to take a breaker bar and a strap wrench to get a fuel filter off. Perfectly fine, boys, perfectly fine. Out with the old and in with the new, boys.
Ooh, fancy.
Welcome to a new episode of What It's Like to Be a Contractor Technician. Happy Friday, boys. Don't know really what we're going to get into today, but we do have some PM kits and what have you that we need to get to. So pick up some more parts at Carter and see where the day takes us. That's Master Lube Tech out here with his PM kits. Let's go. .410E fault codes. Well, EGR circuit fault, and right out the loom there. Yeah, got a little bit of an open going on there. Possibly shorten that a little bit. Could be our problem. All right, so this 410E, long and short of it, had 27-4 fault, which is basically a short for the EGR position. And then also it would intermittently throw an EGR solid 2700 EGR fault code. Now again, my service advisor is on its way, but I don't have it, so I'm still kind of winging it. But from what I could tell right off the rip there, taking the motor off, wasn't spinning correctly, key on, I had all my supplies, ground, all that. And you had to physically touch the turnbuckle, whatever there, to actually get it to actually spin. And when you would spin, you could tell it was like hitting a wall every quarter turn it would make. So yeah, we're going to start with the EGR valve on this unit and go from there. Alright, so now we got a service on a D6K2. Let's get into it. I mean, Transformation Tuesday be like, woo! Man, how your lungs doing, my boy? Jesus Christ. And all the samples. Yay. Alright, got another Deere 410E. Another service. Yup. Let's get in it. I don't want it anymore. Look, I'll be honest with you, that hydraulic tank breather is, I think it's breathed its last fucking breath. Jesus Christ, that thing is gone. A little cutting edge action to finish out the day. A little bit of fire action. Woo. And just like that, cutting edge flip, new end bits, and it's Friday. I'm going to fuck home. Look at this, Uncle Joshy out here doing TA1s. Wrote up the button on my 336. Then doing a banging ass job on looking at the quick coupler. Got some bucket cutting edge wear. Coolant leak on the thermostat housing. As the customer, just gonna straight up tell him, no. No.